Yo, what is up everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence and welcome to another The Ultimate Launch video. Today we're going into a user requested topic. You guys had so many great comments and I appreciate all the views that I got yesterday. I really do appreciate talking with you guys and looking through all the comments. But the comment with the most upvote was from Hiwata, and he states how he wants me to talk about Nintendo accounts, My Nintendo, missions, shared saves, and remembering your own games. And then he goes into a bunch of different things. So let's talk about Nintendo accounts first. The one thing about Nintendo accounts that we need to know is that this thing is already in play. So when you have a Nintendo account, it pretty much intertwines all of your Nintendo services, and Nintendo's already been factoring this in. So this definitely needs to be a thing and prominent on Nintendo NX from day one. No more having to tie your purchases and your history to the console. I think that was one of the big faults of the Wii U when it first launched, and one of the faults of the Nintendo 3DS. People had issues when stuff got stolen. People had issues all the time. So Nintendo really needs to make sure that they have the Nintendo account system locked and ready to go on the Nintendo NX at launch day one. So that's really good that Nintendo is doing the accounts. I do like that. That's already been implemented and it should just be even better on the Nintendo NX. Next, I want to discuss My Nintendo. And My Nintendo is a service that you can actually go on right at this point and check it out. You can get rewards and coupons and certain things for games, but it's still not up to where I think it needs to be. This is the real replacement for Club Nintendo, and at this point it doesn't seem like it's reached the peak of Club Nintendo, but it just started, so we have to wait and see how that's going to work out. But one of the really cool things about My Nintendo is how it ties into the missions, and the missions are basically Nintendo's version of achievements, which have been implemented on Miitomo. There aren't any games as far as console titles that you can play on the Nintendo 3DS or the Wii U that have missions built in, but this could be a serious contender for a better replacement than achievements and trophies, just because you can redeem actual coupons and stuff on My Nintendo. Now, Microsoft and Sony do have their own rewards program, but that is separate from what they do with achievements and trophies. This kind of ties into everything. It's kind of like a rewards program, plus it's an achievement program put together for you, the core gamer. Now, here's the thing. This needs to be implemented correctly. This cannot be something that is just web-based. This cannot be something that's only in some games like Miitomo. This needs to be something that's implemented in every single game. No ifs, ands, or buts. I want it part of the dash. I want it integrated. I want it to where you can actually see your missions clearly, not only in game, but also out of game on your dash, just like you would in Xbox One or PS4 or PS3 or Xbox 360 or PlayStation Vita or Steam. Heck, I think even the Amazon Fire box or whatever that game box that Amazon has does that, and Ouya as well. So Nintendo really needs to get with the times with this. It seems like they're going to do that, but we still need to see how it's integrated, how it's put into the dash, and how it goes forward. Because if it's one of those things to where you can only see it in the game that you're playing, it already diminishes some of the value if you can't compare and contrast to your friends and some of the social aspects that achievements bring about. So it needs to be integrated into a dash. I think there needs to be an arbitrary number tied to it, so you have 20 out of 20 achievements that you can clearly see, or you have 15 out of 15, or there's a certain point total. I do think that they need to evolve it a bit more than it is at this point. It's a nice starting point that Miitomo has it, but I do want to see it go a little bit further. I do think that that's really cool that you can get discounts on games and things like that. That's in the right direction, but there's a few more things they need to do to really get it to where I would like it at. So let's go ahead and move on to shared saves, virtual console purchases, cross-buy, things like that. This was probably something that damaged Nintendo's reputation more than people think, just because people are so tired of buying the same virtual console games over, because Nintendo wants to restart everything, because they don't want to implement modern technology to where you can just have the game just ported over or put over on your new system without issues. Now, they did have the whole thing to where you can import your Wii library on the Wii U, but it does need to go a little bit further, just because what about your Nintendo 3DS? There should be no reason why you have to buy multiple different virtual console games across the Wii U, across the Wii, across the 3DS. It shouldn't be like that. There should just be one account, like the Nintendo account. You buy that one virtual console game, it should work on anything. Now, how are they going to implement something like this? I suggest that they do some type of streaming service. I do think that cross-buy or a streaming service would work so well. There's multiple different things that they can do within that, but the old model of them just charging like $5.99 or $6.99 for a virtual console game, they need to do something to help with that, because I don't think the virtual console was as popular as it was with the Wii. I think just because with the Wii, it was something that was brand new. It was something very different that people have not experienced yet on consoles up to that point. But at this point, everyone has been playing Wii. Everyone has been playing Wii U. Now the 3DS also has virtual console games. So they need to think of some other type of service or some type of way to get people to play more games on the virtual console, and to also make it more affordable, because a few games will cost you, and I'm not sure if people are going to be so willing to divvy down again for more games, especially if they have the next Nintendo NX console and the next Nintendo NX handheld. So I think a streaming service is in line here, but we'll have to wait and see. I do think that cross saves, like Hiwata talks about here, is really important. Cross saves is something that Nintendo is going to do. This is what I talked about as far as Nintendo having some type of cloud service, to where when you come home, you can actually play your handheld games. You're out playing your handheld, that automatically syncs with your router and with the cloud service, and it transfers the data, so then when you pick up that controller to play it on the home console, it automatically has that data ready to go. That is innovative. That is something new that has not been done yet fully for all games. Now, like I said before, Sony has on track with that a little bit, a few games, but the implementation is not perfect. The devices were not meant to 100% communicate and work together in a great ecosystem. It was okay, but it wasn't enough. If Nintendo can nail this aspect, this can be very big for them going forward with their systems. Remember guys, the Nintendo NX does not need to be the system that sells like 80 million consoles. All it needs to do is just greatly improve upon the Wii U, which is very easy to do considering the Wii U only sold 13 million units. I think a good 30 to 40 million would be fine with Nintendo as far as reaching back to the core game, or heck, 25 to 30 million would be good. Just anything above the GameCube. So making sure that they get a lot of these things done correctly is going to be very important for the overall sales numbers of this console. Alright guys, that basically wraps it up for the Ultimate Launch Part 2 here. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about next in the comment section below. Please use the upvote features so I kind of know what to look at and what to be looking for. There were some other comments on here that were also very good, so I'll definitely get to those ones in the next coming days. Alright, go ahead and hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips and tricks, and everything on the Nintendo NX. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you for the next video. Peace.